and welcome to Ditch Witch Diaries. We are still doing the plants of protection, and it's the first week in our protection series. And we are going to do my herb this time. So let me share. And we are going to talk about Devil's Shoestring. Devil's Shoestring, and Devil's Shoestring is totally in a different vein than where we were before. So I hope you guys all are going to enjoy this like radical shift in like the way we're looking at this. So because this is not about like its medicinal uses, and it frankly doesn't have a ton of lore. So let's just jump right in.
Let's do it.
So Devil's Shoestring is actually a name that is this is basically Devil's Shoestring is a root worker Appalachian hoodoo plant, and it's the roots. Well, we'll talk about that, but it encompasses 3 different plants. Like it could be from any one of these plants. So Nolinas, and you're going to recognize Nolinas because it's from the southern United States, and we have that all over. Beargrass, yucca-like plants, and Viburnum alnifolium. But there's actually another word, and a better, more recent Latin name, which we'll get into, or Viburnum dentatum, which is like a hobblebush or arrowwood anyway. And that's going to be in the eastern United States. And then Tephrosia virginiana. And this is also called goat's rue too, and it's a legume. So this is the Nolina. And we've seen Nolina. Being in Southern California, you've seen Nolina.
Yeah.
And this is the Viburnum.
Oh, that's cute. I like that.
I know. And then this is the Tephrosia. So the parts used in all 3 of these plants, they use the roots are the parts that are used. And the roots are long and fibrous. And that's where you get the shoestring thing, because they look like long shoestring. So the other names, and each one is going to have other names. So Nolina is called Beargrass or Sakawista. The Viburnum is called Hobblebush, American Sloe, Black Haw, Moosewood, Stagbush, Witch Hobble, or Southern Arrowwood. And the Tephrosia virginiana is called Goat's Rue, Catgut, Hoary Pea, Virginia Goat's Rue, or Rabbit Pea. Obviously, it's in the pea family. So the correspondences. The element, so some say it's fire, and we liked fire for you to pick Jupiter, but anyway, so some people say fire, and then a whole other group of people say earth and water. So it's hilarious.
Yeah, mine had both too, right?
What?
Mine had Earth and Fire, Mars and Jupiter. And I did like the Jupiter because of the like protection, but I mean Mars is super fiery. So I feel like anything that even kind of has a like fire element can be protective.
Exactly. And then this is Jupiter, Saturn. So some people say Jupiter, so fire Jupiter seems to go right along with the protective qualities. So, and then some people add the Earth, water, and the Saturn, but you know what? I don't know. I think the fire Jupiter I'm going to run with. Yeah. The astrological sign, though, is Capricorn, which I like. Nice. I like that idea of like the steady, like keeping a boundary. Like Capricorns are boundary keepers. You know all about that, don't you?
I know. My like half of me is like, I need boundaries, and my other half is like, no boundaries ever for anyone.
Exactly. Loosey goosey. Yeah. Water. That's why I don't feel like the water maybe fits with this at all, but whatever.
Yeah.
So the tarot, it could be associated with the devil because it's called Devil's Shoestring, which is interesting because I don't know if I would associate it with the devil. I would associate it more with the Wheel of Fortune or the Magician, and we'll see why. The chakra is the root chakra because it deals with protection, is about like boundary keeping, stability, creating your own stability, and these are roots. So root chakra seems about right. And the
Mm.
goddesses, so the one goddess that's truly associated with it that I found was Veritas, which you see
Mm.
here. But also, like, I heard, like, some of the other ones, Hecate, Fortuna, Lakshmi. And that's just because of the association with protection and luck. So we're going to
Mm.
see that there's like a huge association with that. And so, yeah. So the plant information, and I have a lot of plant information. So the Nolina, and you see another picture of the Nolina here. And this is why we see it all the time, because it's found in the dry, rocky soils, grasslands, deserts. It's like literally all we see it all the time. It's yucca like, and when you see
Mm.
it, it's hard not to see it. There's like a couple different ones, and there's even like a spiky one, like on the tree. It's like a
Mm.
tree almost that looks like it has little spikies everywhere.
Like little palm fronds almost, huh?
Yes, yes. And we've seen this before. Like it's just
Yeah.
part of our natural environment here in Southern California. So I know we've all seen it. It's
Hmm.
common in Texas, Arizona, New Mexico, North Mexico, obviously California, but some species go into Florida. Anyway,
Mm.
so it's extremely drought tolerant. It's good for poor soils. We have all that xeriscaping here. It's good for your
Mm.
xeriscape. And people, because it's so strong and the leaves and roots are so strong in it, like people in Americas were using this plant. It's an American, it's like not America like United States of America, but also like the Americas. It's a plant that people were using long before Western people came onto the shores. So
Mm.
people were using it for ropes and baskets, mats, brushes, all sorts of things. And we're going to find this again in the medicinal qualities, that this is a plant of the Americas. And like I said, we'll find out how people were using it before we got here. Some species, even though this is the best, I love plants that contain saponins because
Mm.
they soap up, they get soapy. So
Yeah.
that's like people use them for soap substitutes. They get sudsy when you put them in water. So some have that. So then we go to
Mm.
the next kinds. This is and oh, this is the one that's more modern, the viburnums. So the viburnum Lantanoidus is the more modern version of Viburnum alnifolium. So I don't know why that's changed, but it was. So
Mm.
this is a deciduous shrub, but really big, 6 to 12 feet tall. It's got white
Yeah.
flowers in the spring, and the top one is the Viburnum lantanoidus, and the bottom one is the dentatum, I think it is, because the one up at the
Mm.
top has red drupe fruit, and that's what a drupe fruit looks like.
Mm.
So this one though is totally different. It's like the place where it grows is like forest and moist places, and Canada, the Appalachians to New England. So it's a totally different place, and it likes shady and acidic ground and mountain ravines, which is a completely different
I have to plug you in. Hold on.
plug me in.
Plug you in. Keep going though.
Okay. And then the Viburnum dentatum this is a deciduous shrub as well. And it's 6 to 10 feet tall, and it's got white fruit as well, but it's got blue or black drupe. So as you can see in the bottom picture there. And it's common through the eastern and central US. It's also very hardy and adaptable. So the next one is the Tephrosia virginiana. And you can see it looks so different. So this is a
Yeah.
perennial herbaceous plant, and this is small. It's like, and the blooms are like peas, and pea blooms are very specific looking. So if you look at that, they're very specific looking. And this is native to Central North America. And we got the Great Plains, east to the Atlantic, and southern Canada down to Florida and Texas. So mostly like Central North America. And it grows in dry, sandy, rocky soils, open woods, prairies, pine barrens. And it does well again in these poor, well-drained soils. It likes full sun to partial shade. And it has this chemical in it called rotenone, I think, or rotenone. And it's if you have, you can have a little bit of it, but if you have too much of it, if you ingest too much of it, it's toxic. So now let's just go to the lore, stories, and cultural import. And I tell you, because it is three different plants, like the whole cultural import of it is this devil's shoestring. Like that's the use of it. That's like the whole, like
Mhm.
they've taken what is called, like they've taken these three plants and they use them and they call them all devil's shoestring. So mostly it's used in hoodoo magic. And so it came to hoodoo, though, not through the African diaspora, but from Native American magic. So it came to us
Interesting.
through, or indigenous magic. And we're going to find out when we look at the medicinal qualities that it was used to expel living things and
Mhm.
from a person, and it's used to strengthen a person. And this comes to us through Native American magic and medicine as well. So we're going to go back to this over and over again. The devil's shoestring, what it means is that you're going to tie up the devil. So to trip up your enemies, it's like tie their shoestrings, and it also, they look like shoestrings. And that's how you keep the harm away, is the devil's shoestring is going to trip him up, right?
Mhm.
So now in hoodoo practices, because that's really where we're finding it. So in older Southern and African American folklore, like stemming from North America and from Native Americans, it's to tie up or hobble the devil, like we were saying. So carrying the roots, this is like one of the most protective herbs or plants in hoodoo, or in, I feel like it's incredibly protective. That's like the main use of this plant is protection. So carrying the roots meant that you were protected from other people, but also the devil's own feet would be tangled before he could reach you. So even though it sounds bad, like devil's shoestring sounds bad, it's like not, it's not in hoodoo practices. It's actually like I said, very protective and a very lucky herb as well, a lucky root we're going to see. So here's this. So first of all, let's see. I'm going to stop the sharing and I'm going to add this. Hold on, wait. Hold on. Let me stop the sharing here because I want to, I don't know why I just did that. Okay. So I want to share it and I want to share the sound because this is a little bit
Mhm.
fun here. So this is this, like, I guess he's like a DJ or something. He does music based on herbs, and this
Oh,
song is called Devil's Shoestring.
nice.
So if you're working with Devil's Shoestring, you may want to. Anyway, it just kind of goes on and on like that. So I suggest you go and you look up Devil's Shoestring, and I'll even put by MF Doom. Okay, let me stop the share and put it like without. There we go. So I suggest you look this up, and if you're working with Devil's Shoestring, you may want to play this music while you're working with it. It kind of sounds a little rad. I am
I was
interested.
just gonna say it sounds kind of like a comforting, like good vibe type of music, which is kind of what Devil's Shoestring is, right? It's like comforting because you're like protected, you're safe.
Exactly, exactly. And totally. And I thought that would be so amazing to like when you're working with Devil Shoestring to like put on this music called Devil
Hmm.
Shoestring. Anyway,
Nice.
MF Doom. That's who's the
Hmm.
shout out to MF Doom.
Nice.
So it's also featured in the TV show Supernatural, which is spelled wrong, by the way. Anyway, so there you go. Those are two like modern kind of fun things of Devil's Shoestring. So the magical properties, and we're gonna go into these. There's a lot of them, and I'm gonna give you like ways to use Devil's Shoestring because that's kind of like where it goes. And these are all hoodoo practices, and I got most of them through, I have two different hoodoo books that I use, and I got most of them from those books, and I'll put them at the end. So you can, so for protection, we're going to go through the ways that you can use it for protection. You can carry it in a white flannel bag with some sort of protection powder. So that's an interesting thing. We don't use a lot of powders, but I think I'm going to like, that might be one of the things I'm going to do for my,
Mm.
um, the, what's it called? The practical part of mine is
Oh
to
yeah.
make
For
protection
the
powder.
video of like the use or
Yes,
whatever.
I was thinking about a balm too. I can't decide because I did do
Mm.
the oil before. So
Mm.
protection against evil, harm, and gossip. So now this is a thing. So people do footprint magic or try to like hot foot you, which is like to get like the dirt that's underneath your footprint. Okay,
Mm.
that's a very hoodoo practice to do that. So if you can take a devil's shoestring and you can tie it on your ankle or wear it in your shoe to thwart that sort of magic.
Mm.
This is a great one. Drive 9 shoestrings in the ground leading to your house to protect your home.
Mm.
So if you're being blocked by your enemy, you can boil in a gallon, like some devil's shoestring in a gallon of water until it's reduced by half. Then you strain it and then you cool it. And then you can pour this mixture over your body and let yourself air dry. And then you can dust yourself again with this protection powder that you have. So if it's extremely harsh or you're really fighting an enemy, you can do it for 7 days straight, and you can start on a Sunday and burn a white candle when you're candly. I was just firing on all cylinders when I was writing this, wasn't
It
I?
seems like I don't think I ever noticed this because I mean you and I have some experience with hoodoo groups and stuff like that, but it seems like they really associate white for protection, which is interesting. Do you associate white or black with protection, or both, or neither, or whatever?
Um, Not sure what I associate with protection. I don't know if I do. I don't know if I do like if I was use for protection, I would always use a color that was, we'll talk about this more, but
Mm.
I would more associate it with a deity, and then
Uh,
I'd go from there, probably with the
mm,
candles, because I would incorporate Circe into any protection working that I was doing. And so just
yeah.
like you did with the Morgan in Milk Thistle, like that's kind of probably where I'd be going. And then with
Mm,
Circe, I would either use a yellow or a blue candle, although blue is
mm,
like for healing more. So I probably
mm,
would do like, I mean, sunny yellow is kind of a weird thing for protection too. I gotta think about it, what I would do for protection.
mm.
What's your color for protection?
Black for
Black
sure.
for protection.
Yeah, because I see it as almost like
An extension of
um
banishing.
yeah, yeah, like an
Yeah.
extension of banishing, but also like oh, I don't know how to like put this into words, I guess, but I associate it with like darkness and like I want like when I have protection, I don't need white for me is like almost like billowing out, right? And so for protection, like I don't need to like yell out that I'm being protected. I want people to not realize I'm protected until they come creeping up, and then I'm like, oh, then you run into the wall, like that's kind of, I guess, my association. I don't know.
Yeah, so then that would even go with maybe even um like silver and like mirror
Mm,
spells would might go along
yeah.
with that.
Yeah, I could do silver. I could see that for sure.
Yeah, so protection, yeah, all sorts of like we'll that
Yeah.
will be part of our series that comes
Nice.
after about colors
Yeah.
and color association.
Yeah. White does make sense with hoodoo though, because they are kind of like, like with like Psalms working type of thing, which is very heavy in hoodoo. It would make sense to have white for protection, I think.
Yes. Yes. You know what? I was I'm reading a book called, I don't know, something about the flame, but it's about like the dark goddess and like Black
Cool.
Mary and also, and they associate like with this blackness with like wisdom and protection and stuff like that as well.
Mhm.
So, I could definitely see that. My book is in the car because I bring it to work and I'm reading it at work, so I just left it in the car. So, like at night when everything's quiet and calm and there's nobody there and they're playing their
Yeah.
like spa music, like I whip out a book. So, anyway, yeah. So, and there's a lot of information about like black being associated with like the dark goddess or something, which is very interesting.
Mm.
It's a great book. Anyway,
Mm.
um, so there you go. So, you know what? Let's see. Oh, we got a half hour, so I should probably just continue on because I was gonna go out and get it. It's such a good book. I'll
Well, if
share
we
it.
finish in time, then
Yeah.
you can do it.
So, you could also carry nine of these shoestrings in a red flannel bag. And then you can add another symbol of protection. So like a silver dime, peony root, elderbark, bluing ball, high john root, or rue. Although low john is like like I've heard that is more protective than high john is
Mm.
more um like domination or like conquering or victory.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So or rue. So you feed with protection oil or whiskey. Or you can hang this above the doorways. That's like just another thing. You can
Mm.
hang it above your doorways.
I
So
do like doorway stuff. I have a
I
bunch
know
of stuff above mine.
I love doorway stuff. So retribution, you can use it for retribution. You can place it in the path of your enemy to cause financial disaster. I love
Nice. I
I know.
like that.
I know. Huh. How fun.
How
So,
fun.
for if somebody's harassing you, okay, this is a good one. I love this one.
Nice.
So, you get dirt from their yard and you mix in devil's shoestring and red pepper, and then you sprinkle that mixture in their backyard while cursing their name.
Oh, lovely. I love that.
I know. I love that as well. So then luck. So I feel like that's a big one. So protection, retribution, like mirroring. I feel like that's like kind of like all the same, like ballywick or whatever. But
Mm.
then the other part to devil's shoestring is this thing about luck. Okay. So it's really and we're gonna have another kind of topic that goes in with the luck. So you can carry it in a green bag for good luck. You can carry it for luck in gambling. So you can also use it like to draw good customers. Like, so good customers would be somebody who comes into your shop and spends a lot of money instead of bad customers who just like waste your time and roam around. So to draw in these good customers, you can mix it with mistletoe and cinnamon and bury it next to the doorway of your establishment. So for more money luck, you can place high john root and devil's shoestring in whiskey for 7 days and then rub it on your money before you gamble it away. You can also wrap 9 shoestrings 9 times with white thread. So each time you wrap it, you tie a knot. So there's going to be 9 knots with this white thread. Then you can put that little bundle in a bottle with whiskey and Hoyt's cologne, which is like, it's like, looks like Florida water. Like when you, where you
Yeah.
get Florida water
Yeah.
in your
Your witchy
witchy
shops or
magic
whatever.
store or
Yeah.
whatever, you also sometimes find Hoyt's cologne, and you let it sit for 9 days, and then when you're going on a job interview or when you're going gambling or when you need some sort of good luck, you can just dip your finger in that mixture and like run it through your hair and into your scalp.
Mm.
Or you can dress like a Mojo bag with it, or you can, or anything you could dress with it, or even like a lodestone. Or like, you know what? I like to take some of these things and like what do we dress with, like stuff like that? We like, you can sprinkle it around. You can do you
Hmm.
could do all sorts of stuff with it. You could like,
Yeah.
put it on anything that you wanted to infuse luck with.
You
So
could also like mix it in with like hand lotion, just like a few drops in hand lotion and put like the lotion on your hands or like anything
exactly,
really.
exactly, anything. So power. So like when we're giving you these like recipes or these ideas, like the best thing to do, and I hope your mind is like reeling with all the other stuff you can do with this basic outline. This is just like a basic, it's like it's suggestive, but
Hmm.
like you could fill in with your own things. These are
Yeah.
suggestive only. Like so there's
Yeah.
a million other ways you could use
Yeah.
this. So I hope that's
We're brainstorming, but you write your own paper.
thank you. Thank you. So for power, you can add devil shoestring to whiskey and camphor and rub it on your hands. So, and they said it like very gendered. They said it's for a
Mm.
man to have control over a woman or another man. I was like, I don't know if I like that. It's kind of I don't even know what I think about that. So
Yeah.
maybe you can add something to make it for a woman. See how we
Mm.
brainstorm that way? What would make
Hmm.
it like, maybe you could add some milk thistle to that whole thing and
Yeah.
change the whole feeling of it.
Yeah.
Well, that would be
Mm.
for protection, but something else for power. I was thinking of like there's some herb that starts with C that's all about domination and power. Anyway.
Mm. You could also do another type of liquid. Like, I don't know if I really see this as like gendered, but I use a lot of Everclear for my tinctures. And so
Oh, me
I might put
too.
Everclear in it, you
Me
know?
too. Me too.
Yeah.
Exactly. So for love, so to bring back a lover, you can mix. So you go and you find where they've walked and where their footprint is. Again, we're in this footprint realm. And
Mm.
you find their left footprint and you get some of that dirt where their footprint is. And you mix it with the devil's shoestring. And then you put it in one of their socks and then put that sock in your closet. That's to bring back a lover.
Nice.
Or you could write whoever you desire. And we should do a love series, even though like we're ho hum about kidnapping. So
I do a lot of self-love stuff. I mean, I do love
exactly.
stuff. It's just like self-love.
That would even be interesting to write your name
Yeah.
on parchment with dove's
Hell
blood ink. And
yeah.
it's not really dove's blood,
Hmm.
it's like dove's
Hmm.
blood ink.
Right,
And
like dragon's blood
yeah,
is like a resin.
exactly. And you wrap the parchment around the devil's shoestring root
Yeah.
and you can carry it with you. And then you anoint it every day with whatever you want to anoint it with. Love,
I have I
self
have
love
one
oil.
step,
Yeah.
like one better for that.
Okay.
Right? Instead of your own name, something you don't like about yourself.
Oh, that's awesome. I love insanity. I'm just kidding. I actually like that about myself.
I like that about you too. You are a little crazy, but I like it.
I know, me too.
I feel like it bonds really well with my like absolute lack of like craziness and my kind of like boringness. I feel like we're a good pair in that
Oh,
way.
I'm a little loony here.
Uh, That's okay. I'm boring. We're a good couple.
We are. We're a good pair. So then legal, okay, so I feel like legal goes along kind of with that luck, but there was quite a bit, there
Mm.
was a couple different ones in the legal category, so I'll put them together. So in court cases, you can write whatever your desired outcome is on this parchment with dove's blood ink or red ink, and then you can wrap it around the root and you anoint with legal oil and then carry it in court. So now your mind should be like blown away. So it should be opening and expanding because there's like a basic formula here that we've given you that can work in
Mhm.
love or legal. And it's about like getting what you want. Okay.
Mhm.
So you write it on a piece of parchment in dove's blood ink or red ink. You wrap it around the root, and then you like put whatever oil it is that corresponds with that on it, and then you carry it with you. So that's kind of a little thing, but it could be for many things, right?
Yeah, or any oil that you make yourself. I'm looking up dove's blood. I'm curious what like resin is in
Please
that.
do. What is dove's blood ink?
Let's see.
Please do tell.
Ah, so I mean, this is just a quick search, but it looks like it's dragon's blood resin mixed with
Mm.
cinnamon.
Oh,
Dove's
interesting.
blood.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
which makes sense.
It
Yeah, the
does.
cinnamon makes
And
sense.
then
Yeah.
here we go. Oh, look at this. Oh, this is great. Okay, so this is basically dove's blood ink, but in an oil, dove's blood
Ah.
oil. Okay, so, but
Hmm.
this is the best to draw people to your illegal business
I hate
and to keep the
that.
fuzz away. Okay, so you mix the dragon's blood and the cinnamon
Mm.
oil together.
Oh,
So
nice.
yeah, you
Yeah.
can mix it together. I'm sure you can mix it into
Yeah.
anything. And then you can
Yeah.
burn like so the cinnamon oil and then you can burn so you put a drops of cinnamon oil onto the dragon's blood and then you can burn
Mm.
it and then you can smoke the corners of your establishment or the windows of the doors of your home wherever you're operating this illegal business out of. So funny.
Not that we condone that, but we kind
No,
of
and I
condone
don't even
that.
know what that might be. I know. What are you
Does
doing?
keep things interesting though.
Exactly. You have an illegal
Mm.
accessory dwelling unit on your property. You can smoke that. There you
There you go.
go. Okay, so
Mm.
medical disclaimer. Okay, again, I'm going to tell you the medicinal properties. We are not doctors.
Hmm.
Okay,
We're
how many
not.
times do I have to say this? If you are taking this
Mm.
as medical advice, you are a fool. That's
Yeah,
what
you might need to see a different medical
yeah,
professional if you believe that
exactly.
we're
If it's
doctors.
telling you that like it's gonna like cure some
Mm.
poisonous mushroom, you better like think twice about that. This is just we're just getting this from books and providing you with this information.
Yeah.
But like I knew about like in health food stores, like natural food stores, like milk thistle is used for the liver. So I can
Mm.
tell you that, but I'm not
Yeah.
going to tell you that it's going to cure your advanced cirrhosis.
Yeah. Or like your cancer or like
Exactly. So the medicinal properties. So we have to separate this out again because we're
because we
like
have different
into the
plants.
land of different herbs. Like
Yeah.
you can't just say like devil shoestring is like some it's like a cultural use of three different herbs in the same way. So when we
Hmm.
talk about medicinal properties, then we have to think about it. So Nolina, like that one that we see all the time with the big bulbous thing, or the Beargrass in the ground. Okay, so an anti-rheumatic, the old rheumatism cure. But
Mm,
a
of course.
decoction can be used as a pulmonary aid or for pneumonia or lung hemorrhages or the old rheumatism cure. That one. Viburnum dentatum, it's used by the Iroquois as a contraception. You can make a decoction with devil's shoestring, which I love.
Yeah.
And an orthopedic aid. So you can, again, we're tying this to women. I feel like this, when you
Mm.
learn about like these, there's quite a few things that tie these to women. I mean, the next one is going to tie a little bit to men because it's like a type of goat's rue, but
Mm.
but it still has very important uses for women. So this is an
Yeah.
orthopedic aid, but it's applied to like women's legs postpartum to reduce the swelling. So then we go on to the Tephrosia, which is a type of pea, the Tephrosia virginiana. And many people use these in different ways. So the Catawba used it as an analgesic, an anti-rheumatic, and a febrifuge. So they put the leaves in your shoes for body pain or rheumatism and fever, like protects you from these things.
Mhm.
So you put leaves in your shoes to protect you from all these things. Cherokee anthelmintic, dermatological aid, kidney aid, orthopedic aid, pediatric aid, and a stimulant. And this is where the whole thing about expelling things from your body comes from. So it's
Mm.
like it's the anthelmintic is like gets rid of worms is what it does. Worms. So
Same as Ferbifuge, right? That's what Ferbifuge is too, I think.
no,
It's
a
like a different name.
febrifuge is the fever thing. It like
Oh,
actually
that's right.
induces the
Fever.
fever to like get it to
Yeah.
like you to sweat. It sweats you.
What's the other name for the deworming? I can't remember.
Parasiticide or let's see. There is another like
I
hold
can't
on, let me
remember
look it.
off the
I'll
top of my
look it up.
head.
Hold on.
There's a bunch of them, I think.
I think there is too. Helminthic parasiticide.
Helminthic, that might be the one I'm
Yeah,
thinking of.
vermifuge.
Vermifuge, that's what it is. Okay.
Yeah,
Like for the worms.
for
That's
the
how I remember it. For the
exact
worms.
vermifuge. Exactly.
Okay.
So then you could use it as a hair wash to prevent hair loss. So to get things out and to prevent hair loss, to protect against hair loss. And then
Mm.
it's for strength. So I love this. This is the whole thing about strengthening your boundaries and
Mm.
just as it like these, if you know what people traditionally used these herbs for, the medicinal properties, it will give you a hint as to what they're used for magically. So strength, they used to rub the like like on athletes or give a decoction to children, and obviously not so much because it does have that toxic thing in it. So for strength to strengthen people. You can also, because it's a stimulant, use it as a decoction for wariness. So I love this. The Creek used it as an abortifacient, as well as a reproductive aid for men, tuberculosis remedy, and the urinary aid. So, you know what? I want to hold on. Let me go back for a second because I want to see if this was which one was the one that had the toxin in it. I don't know if it is that one. It is. Okay, wrote known in it.
Mm.
Okay, so it was that. It is that one. Okay. So yeah, so you have to be careful. You can't take too much of this because I think probably because it has this abortifacient quality too.
Yeah.
Lots of things that are
Yeah.
abortifacient, so you can't take too much of because they're
Hmm.
rough, right?
Yeah.
So the
Hmm.
Creek used it as an abortifacient, which we have. So use as a decoction and a internal wash for an abortifacient. Okay. Yes. So also like use a cold infusion for a quote loss of manhood. And what is that? You can't get it up. Like so. Okay. Um. Yeah. Do that.
Makes sense with the stimulant, I guess.
A stimulant,
Like
and also if
blood.
it has
Yeah.
like some things that are like if it affects like a hormone like that
Mm.
like to give make an abortifacient, sometimes it can
Yeah.
affect like men in opposite ways anyway.
Mm.
So you can also use a cold infusion of the mashed roots for bladder and urinary troubles. The Moana used it as a gynecologic aid, so an infusion for women's diseases, whatever those may be. And the Natchez used it as cough medicine. So I got these all, like I have this, I'll tell you about it. So the sources, and I didn't use many sources for these because I tell you something,
Mm.
like it's like I said, devil shoestring is it's a hoodoo herb, and that's like it's a combination of three different herbs. So
Mhm.
like that's what it is. And so I use my two little hoodoo books that I have, Papa Jim's Herbal Magic Workbook and Ironwood, and to get all those fun little things that you can do with them. And I looked it up online and it just kept repeating the same things. So
Mm.
either they were getting the same type of information or that's just what it's used for. So,
Yeah.
um, and then, but this Mormon, which is an interesting, Daniel E. Mormon, not to be confused with the Mormons.
Mormon.
Mormon. Exactly. He writes this Native
Mm.
American medicinal plants and ethnobotanical dictionary, and it is rad. So
Mm.
I looked that up, and because um, Grieve, a lot of her herbs are from Europe. So they miss
Mhm.
if an herb or a root or a plant is specific to North America or to whatever, then it's missed in her book a lot
Mhm.
of times. And so this is kind of an answer to that I found, like that book. So I highly recommend
Nice.
that book. It's very interesting and it goes nation by nation. Like I
Oh.
out.
Hmm.
Yeah, like so you look up the plant and then it tells you each nation and how they used it. So
Oh, nice.
yeah, so it's really good. So
Hmm.
I like that book. So there we have it. Devil's Shoestring, very protective, very strengthening to your boundaries, to your person, strengthens children and athletes, and strengthens women and gives us the power over ourselves and our reproduction. I just love it. Devil's Shoestring's rad. So the devil, devil, devil. Trip the devil up. So next time we are going to meet you, we're going to be talking about a practical application. And so we will see you at the next Ditch Witch Diaries.